even with the recent youth movement for more youth participation in politics, a politician has come out to say that the Senate is not meant for young people. Recently, the former Plateau State governor, now Senator Jonah Jang, says the Nigerian Senate is not meant for you young people who have no political pedigree and experience, adding that the House of Reps will be a good place for younger politicians. So, all of you, only YK is qualified to become a senator.
No, I'm not.
You're not
He's 70.
You're not used now.
He's 70.
You're close.
Listen to
you're
what he
seeing
said.
60 like that. 60 is in front of you.
He said that. Oh, I didn't.
Okay. Former Plateau State's governor, Senator Jonah Jang, says the Nigerian Senate is not meant for young people who have no political pedigree and experience.
I just mentioned that.
Jang is over 70 years old, and he said this when he was having a TV program.
Can I quote it?
Okay.
It says, if you have hot heads of youthful nature in the Senate and House of Representatives, what kind of laws do you think National Assembly will produce?
Hey,
hot head.
He said you are hot head.
That is why the House of Representatives is always rowdy, full of young people. Though we have few of them youth in the Senate, the likes of Dino. That is why I said the Senate is not for young ones.
Hey, they have finished us.
And in Hausa language, the Senate is called Majilesa. I can't read that. Anyway. Meaning Assembly of Elders.
Okay. Interesting. But
so where is the position of the youth here? I read this, I shook my head.
Young people, because they see, how have the youth, the Nigerian youth projected themselves? Are we seen as singing and dancing, all of us, hey, yahoo, yahoo? I mean, I'm just saying, like, how have we projected ourselves such that someone, a senator can say, that when we come to the House of Reps, see how rowdy we get.
Let's take the subject of the matter as he has said it. He's talking about pedigree.
Yes.
And experience.
Yes.
So I want to liken it to the House of Commons and the House of Lords. Titled men, respectable men. Jonah Jang, his personality is presently facing criminal charges. He's being investigated by the EFCC. He doesn't have pedigree.
Simple.
He has the no
pedigree is different.
He has pedigree. He has pedigree of Nigerian corrupt politicians. That is the pedigree that they all have.
He has questionable character.
Questionable character.
He is not one to
EFCC is investigating them.
One at a time. But in fairness, remember how House of Reps was created? We initially had the senators. Every state is divided into 3, right? Okay. Each state has 3 senators representing. Yes. When they realized that those senators couldn't actually represent effectively, the House of Reps now created where each of those regions now local governments now sends reps. So what I think he's saying is that because those guys are closer to the people, you can come up with you can feel the pulse of the masses. You bring it to the senators, who then vets the...
doing a great job trying to
no, that's not what he said.
No, I'm just saying that...
because he puts Dino. Dino is 50.
We keep attacking the messenger and not listening to the message. Okay. Understand the message.
Okay. This message is without substance, but let's basically go if I...
The problem why it seems like the youths are not ready for leadership is the fact that the longevity of the old people in office will not give the youths the opportunity to get into politics. Now, the system of government, the political scenario in Nigeria is too expensive for the youths to get into. Do you know how many millions you used to buy tickets?
God bless
it's too expensive. And now they stay there, they don't want to leave.
May I quickly inform that, the business of the National Assembly is legislating, and it's not such a difficult job that you need experience to do. What you need is a proper background, probably in law, experience in public relations, public economics, public policy making, and all that. When you get into office, there's something called legislative training that they do.
Okay.
Even the Jonah Jang took part in it when he was immediately right after elections, when they go into camp and get training in legislative matters. What they train them to do is know how the orders of the House are done and how the Senate, intervenes and checks executive and the areas that are exclusively for the House of Reps. There's no rocket science about it. That you need experience, you need 10 years as ex-governor. When you do 8 years as governor, you now come the collective pension as governor, then you move into National Assembly. And
let me ask Morayo, what is retirement age?
In Nigeria.
In Nigeria. What is retirement age?
I think it's 70. I think it's 70.
65.
It is. I think they moved it to 70. My father-in-law initially was 65, but I think they extended to 70.
My dad retired at 60.
65. 65. Okay.
65, Abby. How old is he?
70-something.
Okay, let me come to
Is
the
it not time for him to retire?
let me come to the audience. Let me hear your views on. Do you agree that the Senate is only supposed to be for mature minds? Anybody has any?
My name is Isaac. I think the statement is very, very uncomfortable for me because if they know that Nigerian youth rise up, all their secrets will be revealed. Because the issue is not about the leadership. The issue is about the youth. Because the youth have to take what belongs to them in Nigeria right now. Because it's not, someone is talking about Nigerian need prayer. The prayer is okay. But it's time for you to stand up that the leader is okay. You people should go and relax. Let's take the chances to make this country move forward.
Thank you very much. But you see, what has the Nigerian youth done for, what have we done for ourselves? You see, sometimes everybody, we agree that we need mentorship. We can't do away with the elders, whether we like it or not, because they've been there.
We agree.
So, but in fairness, how have we shown that strength in leadership? When people cite people like Dino Melaye, cite Kwara State governor, how you build mansions in the midst of poverty. There are those little examples. Hey, but he's a young person. You just
said I wasn't a youth, I'm 56.
Okay, there's a difference between 50 and 56.
This one is another hot topic.
We are the same generation now, 50 and 50. We are the same decade.
Yes.
The thing is, the Nigerian youths have not been able to stand up and take their position. We have been bedeviled by the get-rich-quick syndrome, where everybody wants to just hammer. Nobody is standing up to, work. Let's see your track record. What have you done for yourself as a person, as a business?
Do you know why?
May I inform?
Okay, there's a call. I will tell you why.
Let me take this call from Jalingo. Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
It's just very sad that old people like the former governor of Plateau State will just come out and start saying that the Senate is not actually good for the younger ones. Just like the way Alhaja, very close to Yeni, is saying, they normally have training before they get into the house. It's not actually, they were not born to be at the Senate. Everybody has equal right, no matter how old you are, no matter where you're coming from any part of Nigeria, you have the right to contest, even to the presidency. So what the man is just saying, I can just say, now old age, well done, Jerry.
Thank you very much. But the legal requirements to get into the Senate is 35. So you wonder where he's coming from.
Where he's coming from, Abi?
Because he hasn't seen young men, like I said, standing up to take over.
I wanted to answer you.
No, you don't even need to be encouraged.
I wanted to answer you when you said the young people want to hammer. Let me tell you, this is where the elders are responsible. Because the elders, the youth are looking up to these elders who have hammered. And so a lot of the hammering is questionable.
Yes,
so the youth too want to hammer unquestionably too. Because what are they seeing? They see you become, you are a 70 or you become governor. You were not rich before you go there. After you start.
Then it becomes a cycle. So there should be a change. Everybody's clamoring for a change.
Everybody wants to copy. Now, it is them, those elders, that have to be responsible. They are responsible so that when the youth see them, they are men of decorum. They are men of honor. They are men of integrity.
Let me take this call from Delta State. Go ahead, please.
Good. See, it is not our fault. We could check very, very well, just like a recycling. I heard that, but it's not our fault because we check the age at the barrier. Can I allow my dad to be that way? See them, they will be there slumbering, not even sleeping, slumbering in the house.
Right.
None of them, most of them cannot even They are just for eyes and nails. And it's not our fault. See the youth that we have there. We have Ajeku Yanoje, and we have another one dancer. You go to dance at that age. My dad will be dancing on the floor of over 180 million. So we have to look inward. It is not the only best way to do it is not to have to wrong. Do you even have the money to even purchase the phone? One of them said to the national television that the politics are not meant for poor people. That one cannot achieve it. You don't have money to come into politics.
Thank you very much. I think you're very right. But you see, I think this conversation should prick our minds. That if somebody out there is saying that we don't deserve to be in the Senate because we are young, maybe we should let the leaders know that we have the numbers.
Yes.
And we can show that by getting our PVCs, voting, say, you know what, even if I put a 2-year-old, I'd rather put a 2-year-old in the Senate than leave you to be snoring and not even making any laws around. Because right now, I mean, we should just use our numbers to get rid of everybody who is above 50.
May
Period.
I just quickly add that, you know, this morning while reading the Metro News on the Punch, there's this news about, you know, a Chinese company employee who was injured in the course of duty and was paid 100,000 naira, which he rejected it. By now, since that thing has been happening, we've had that, you know, that's slavery within businesses because of this foreign influence that we've been bringing in intervention economically. We expect that a Senate, the house where Jonah Jang is a member, someone like Jonah Jang will push a motion, you know, to put legislation in place to ensure that this kind of enslavement is not happening to our people. And that our people are not being paid ridiculous amounts of money after being injured in the course of duty. That they have workers' liability or employers' liability in place. You know, so things that, you know,
we have to round up.
Do you know what they were arguing? Do you know what they were arguing in the House of Senate yesterday? They were arguing whether Metu should
go to London or to travel abroad.
Go to London to see the Queen. Whether Metu should House of Rep, I said now. Whether Metu should go to London to see the Queen.
I finally want to say that the youth should stand up to their responsibilities.
It's like you're making it look as if it's okay for you to embezzle money laundering, and then once you are convicted and you can say you are sick, they will now fly you abroad to go and see the Queen.
Is that the crop of, is that what somebody who is being, I'm not saying he's innocent to proven guilty, but it's not our business.
Let's take this quickly. Akinola Fumilayo says, it's unfortunate for such statements. No wonder they are found sleeping during plenary. And anyone above 65 should be out. Fola Rahim says, by that statement against the youth occupying the Senate, Jonah Jang has murdered his own political relevance and continues to stay in the Senate. The youth in his state must now seize that opportunity to replace him so that he can go and face his corruption.
Okay, let me round up with this. Let's round up, because the former president has said that we should get young people. Former head of state said we should get young people. The Olubadan recently installed a 20-year-old as Mogaji. Yes, French Macron is coming to Nigeria in July. A lot of young, we're seeing a lot of things showing that young people are coming up. So maybe our only criteria for 2019, Omowe, as long as you are not as long as you're not 70, as long as you're young, you're 35, please enter. Let's just, that should be, I mean, I'm just thinking, good, only number one criteria right now is a young person. Let's clean up all the criteria
is 65 is retirement age. Let us all remember.
Once they are 50, please.
So when they all come there and they're over 65, just do like this.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, you don't want to miss this next segment. I would advise every mother, every father to get a pen, a paper. You don't want to miss this. Take it with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
So, thanks for staying with us. So we're moving on. It is every parent's dream to raise a child who's healthy, happy, successful, but some parents believe that becoming a genius is impossible. You have to be born that while others believe they can work their way up, others believe that you can just be a genius. Joining us on the show is a 3-year-old genius, Paula Paul Oye, and her mom, Deborah Oye. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, this little pretty girl is a genius because she's pretty smart. And I mean, I know my producers have tried to ask her 1,000,001 questions and she's answered everything. I mean, ask her, any question, how many contents you have in Africa. She's 3 years old. Did I mention that? 3 years old? I'm coming to your mom. Okay. How did you set out for her to be so smart? Or was there anything you did to get to this point where she's extremely smart?
Okay. It all started while she was so little. She was 20 months then. There was a program they wanted to do in Unilag. So the convener of the program, so I met with him. Then she was just with her tab. We gave her a tab. So she wasn't responsible. One thing I discovered that I've broken the screen of my phone like 3 times, but that tab, she had not. It's still always with her. She's always careful with it, you know. She treasured it. So, you know, then there's an app I downloaded, educational apps like that. So there was this particular puzzle that even an adult, before you would get through with it, So, you know, we discovered that in less than 1 minute. She's true. So the convener of the program was like, this girl, are you sure? So he was battling with the puzzle.
Right.
So he was not like, somebody ignore me. Hands down. Another person came, same thing, hands down. So, you know, it was not like, I'd like to have you on the show. Wow. What are the things you can do? Then I'm a teacher, but I didn't even pay attention like that. But, you know, I always desired that, I want my baby to be big. I saw this program, Little Big Shot. So I was like, I wish my baby would be this. But, you know, I didn't really pay attention to that. I wasn't on a particular pattern or something, path that I want that to happen. But when that happened, so the guy wasn't like, you could do something now. Maybe let's identify animals and all that. So, and we had about 2 months to the program.
Right.
So then I said to myself, okay, that was in July. The program was supposed to be in September. Okay, so I said, okay, let's see what we can do. So when we got home, she has this animal book, then we started. So it's not like...
working with her every single day? And
the funny thing is that not every day.
Right.
Not every day. The thing about it is that create an atmosphere for them.
Right.
Let everything around them kind of teach. Children should play. It's necessary. It's important for their mental development, but be concerned about their mental intake.
Right.
You know, we are always concerned about, okay, what is edible, what do they eat, balanced diet and all that. But parents should be concerned about their child's daily mental intake. It's very, very essential.
What does that mean? Break it down for parents out there.
Okay. What I mean by their mental intake is that, the knowledge acquired on a daily basis, you know, children are exposed to so many things. I have a child in my center that the mother doesn't play all this, they are Christians, they don't play all this kind of music. Well, someday in school, the child was like, pambele. I was like, hey, you, CAC, it's not possible. I know it wasn't from the house. So then I tried to do some findings, and I discovered that it was from school. It wasn't even from the peers in school, it was from the teacher.
Right.
The teacher would put earpiece. So, you know, I was not like, okay, try to talk to your children, know what they absorb. No. You know, they want to explore. Every child is born with a mirror neurons. Okay. They want to explore. They want to do so many things you do. Right. So
now, I was a Montessori directress for 5 years in a very big school at Aja. And we have this, I don't know if you are aware of Montessori.
Yes.
We have these materials that help the children to learn while they play. Okay. And we thought that each child comes with an absorbent mind, so they absorb impressions from the environment and all of that. Now, one of the problems we faced as teachers was the fact that the parents didn't know how to follow up at home because they didn't have that background. So we have busy mothers, busy fathers who do not even have time to look at the homework of their children, who do not have time to play all of these games you are saying. What can you do to make sure that they can follow up in bringing up these children intellectually?
Okay, you know, when I said to my husband that, okay, I think it's high time I went out to reach out to parents, because, you know, it's sad when you see little children. So it wasn't like, okay, you now brought this up, that there are busy parents and all that. I said, okay, I think for now, my focus, because the truth of the matter is that, excuse me, you can't say parents shouldn't make money, they shouldn't work. But these busy parents have caregivers. Okay. You can work on it. Excuse me, they were caregivers. Thank you.
Right. Right, that's important.
Thank you. So there are caregivers that they can work with, you know, and then if the school is doing it well, it's not like, okay, they are gone for how many hours during the day.
Right.
Most of the time.
But most of the time in school.
See, one of the reasons why
it can stick. It can stay.
One of the reasons why we wanted you to come on the show, because we've seen, and I don't want to put her on the spot, but we've seen how smart she's become.
Okay.
I would like you to share with our audience and our viewers out there the step-by-step things you did in the house. You talked about the mental environment. What exactly did you do in your living room? Did you take out all the couch and turn it to a playground? Did you make your kitchen, like, you know, what exactly did you do in your home to make it such that it was easy for her to absorb all this knowledge?
Okay. So it's like you said, when we started out, I don't even have access to a very big space like that. Right. So. But in my own little way, I made provisions for some things. Like I make the place colorful. So, you know, even learning, then, okay, I started drawing. Then there are materials online. I'll download some things on my phone. Okay, look at this shape now. Then I bought some books, you know. They're not that expensive. I got some books, I got some materials. So I took the decision. When I discovered that, okay, she's grabbing. It's not a fluke. He's walking. Okay, so that little child I saw on Little Picture, so it's possible here in Nigeria as well too. They are not different now. They are with one head. So it's also possible here. Then I started, okay, today. Later, initially I took it very serious that, okay, I'm always keen on it. Okay, this is what we've learned today. This is what, but later on it became a habit. The place she eats with, she will ask me, Mom, what color is this? You know? Interest her in everything. Exactly. And everything around her. What color is this? When we're going out, it got to a point that when we're going out, okay, Mommy, that looks like that shape that I saw. I would ask, okay, what shape is that? Triangle. You know, most times parents are tired to even talk. They don't communicate with you. If you are ready to listen, to give them that environment, because most of the time they will ask, okay, they know you are cooking rice, but they will ask you, Mommy, what are you cooking? But you know, most times parents are tired. We're impatient. We're tired. Let me hear. Don't disturb me. I'm tired. I've had a busy day. I know we've had a busy day. We've had a long day. But you know, parents are tired. If you're ready to listen, to communicate with these children, you will achieve that.
I was going to ask you that, you know, for me, it's not about academics. Okay. Some children are just naturally smart, and I believe all children are. They can easily pick whatever you tell them. So, you know, the schooling system is, you know, A is for apple, the child knows it. This is this shape, she knows all the shapes. 6 shapes is this and that, and they know all that. That's book. Okay. I believe a genius is a child who does uncommon things. Yeah. Okay. A child who, for instance, just watches you every day cooking. And when you think you don't know how, she doesn't know how, she puts everything together exactly how you do it. Yes. A child who unexpectedly is concerned when his mates are playing with toys, he's concerned with tools. So, you know, those are the exceptions I would, you know, expect, you know, that you would open up to us. So I'd like that you emphasize those areas, because we're in a country now where once a child gets into secondary school, the dream is to I go blow. I either release album, I go for project fame, and you know, those are the things I look at. Big Brother. I want us to, you know, to emphasize children who are gifted, who are creating things. Okay. You know, and we see them. There's this program they do where genius children, the Cowbellpedia, for instance, you know, those kind of emphasis.
Okay, let me come to your little girl. What's your favorite color?
What's your favorite color?
What colors do you like?
I like red.
You like what?
Red.
Red.
Talk now, Paula.
Why do you like red? She's shy. Why do you like red?
Why do you like red? Why do you like red?
Because red is for my clothes.
Because red is for my clothes.
Oh, really? Wow. So do you like going to school?
Yes.
Who do you like in school?
I like my teachers.
You like your teachers? Yes. Why? Why do you like your teachers?
But they ask me to listen.
They ask you to listen?
Yes.
Do you have any friends?
Yes.
What's the name of your friend?
In my school, they are on me.
What's the name of your friend in class?
We come on to die in my school.
No, in class now. In class. What's the name of your friend in class?
Okay. Let me ask you another question. What's the name of a baby crocodile?
Ashlyn.
Say it louder.
Ashlyn.
Really?
Well.
What about a baby mosquito?
Me.
Wow. I was wondering why you were not clapping for her. Okay. In the course of my study as a Montessorian and as a teacher, we talked about Howard Gardner's intelligence. And we know that recall was the least of intelligence. And that is why in Nigeria and in Africa, we don't have people who manufacture things. We don't have creative minds here because of our system of education where they emphasize so much on recall. Like, what is this? And you give me an answer. What I have taught you. What is that? And you give me an answer. And on the top of that, Howard Gardner's intelligence, creativity is at the peak. So that's like what Nima said, that a genius, is somebody who can create something out of nothing. So come to an issue of creation, not so much of an asking question. So come to the issue of creation. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Are you ready to answer?
Thanks for staying with us. So we're going to go to our audience. We're going to go back to the audience. Let's hear from you. Yes. Who's ready? Go ahead.
My name is Abdulkarim Olamide. I want to talk about foundation. A building can't be erected without a foundation, so the foundation could either be solid or weak. A solid foundation would leave you relaxing at the peak of your construction. So at their age, their brain is so magnetic that it gets attracted to whatever you want them to learn. Not everyone is born a genius, but at the same time, whatever you want your child to absorb, your child can always absorb it. And once that foundation is solid, no way, there's no way you can't relax at the peak of your construction.
Fantastic. Thank you. Let's get another comment. Yes?
My name is Elizabeth Olukoya. There are this little angel here, remind of my own son too, a 3-year-old too.
Right.
He's behaved fantastically well. He makes us smile at home. In fact, the way he behaves, I'm like, God, I thank you for giving this kind of a child. He's so smart, so intelligent, so outspoken, so bold. In fact, this part I told him I'm coming to your view. He said, Mommy, are you coming to your view? Will I see you on TV? I said, no, you'll be in school.
What have you done to enhance that? What are you doing?
Actually, what I've done is that I create time for them. There are two, actually. I create time. I'll go out of my way to do everything I need to do. I go to their school. I ask questions. I make sure everything is accordance to what I teach them at home.
Right.
So I want to encourage parents to give your children the time.
Right.
It's very, very important.
Nice one. Let's take...
My name is Kehinde Yeku.
Hi, Yeku.
I have a son of 5 years, and while he was growing up, I discovered that he talks much, as he talks more. And his mom would like, keep short, keep short. But I said, no, don't tell him, don't shut him up. That I think I have this. So most time we jokingly say, I told him that you must become, in fact, your talking must bring money to the house.
Yes, so.
But I discovered one thing with him, that he talks more. And most of his conversation with you, it makes meaning and sense. Yeah. So I want to encourage most parents, once you discover any gift in your children, please bring it up, please.
All right, thank you very
much.
Please,
and encourage them to come up with. You can joke around here and say, this is what you're doing. I know you can make money from it.
Thank you very much. Let me take this call from Chidi. Chidi, are you there? Go ahead, please.
Yes, I have seen the little thing there. She's just like my daughter, who is also 3.
Right.
But what I think we parents should be doing is not just projecting them, presenting them to the public as, but what we need to do is to guide them, do a work background. You see, there's this saying that says when pride goes first, then the person tends to fall. So what I do with my daughter is that, yes, I know she's intelligent. We know that she's intelligent. She can sing very well. We will do, because we don't want her to see herself as the best.
Right. All right. Thank you very much. Let me take some tweets, please.
I want to check some tweets. Mr. PJ Comedian says, nice one, ladies. Parents should pay attention to their words. My boy stopped bedwetting at 1 year old because we paid attention.
Yeah.
Agbola Abisola says, wow, this little girl is such a darling. Kudos to her parents. Andrew says, this little child is a genius. I'm sure she can create a mathematic formula.
Let me come to the little girl. How old do you want to be when you grow up? What would you like to be when you grow up, when you're a big girl?
Talk now, Paula. What would you like to be?
I want to be like a star.
You want to be like a star?
Superstar.
Wow. You want to be a star? Wow. So, could you tell me, is there a star that you like? Which star do you like right now?
Yellow.
Yellow.
She's always, when she says a star, she's always pointing to the star. Mommy, I'll go up there. I'll bring you a star, a big one.
Wow.
So, you know.
Right. Let me let Nima was going to say something.
Yes, I was going to talk about, you have a chart in your hands.
Yes.
Chart. So is it like you have a mental procedure you put her through and then
show us the chart, please? Let's see what's
here. It was when I was coming, I said, okay, let me print this. What I actually did at home, was I I use a cardboard.
Right.
So daily, you know, we're bound to forget things, and you know, as busy parent, like I said, okay, my focus is there are busy parents and average parents, but you know, you really desire these children. They have it in them.
Let's go to the child because we have
So
little time.
now, what you do, I put down the date. Okay, name of the child. Then okay, what the child has is being taught today. Okay, the key point, the keynote. Okay, we'll have on a daily basis. What did you learn today? We put it down. Okay, what did you learn today? We put it down. Then on a weekly basis, at the end of the week, okay, you go to it. You can easily revise the chart. Okay, what did I take this week? Then okay, you ask the question again, and you do that again.
So it's easy review.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it? So where do you buy this kind of chart from?
I did this myself.
Oh, you made it.
Yes.
You can always
That's what I'm talking about. That it was when I was coming here today that I printed this out. It's handmade. I'll just
can I
draw
see
it.
it?
Okay.
Wow, interesting.
I made this.
So it just helps you to have that easy way of monitoring what she's learning and review with her. That's pretty easy. Wow, cool. Nice. Do we have a comment from the audience? Yes, please. Go ahead, sir.
I have 3 children. My name is Pejo. I'm also Kaode. But one thing I want to say is that parenting is very key.
Yes.
And parenting is a leadership role. Parents must be trained so that we can pass the right knowledge to knock off the Senator Ajekuya and all of them like that. So parenting must be, parents must be trained so that we can pass the right knowledge to bring.
Thank you very much, sir,
like
for that point, because there are parenting courses now. People are teaching. I mean, I know that Praise Forward comes here all the time. He talks about teaching, parenting. We have Land Revolution. People have been coming here also.
And that lady that goes on, she's been on our show before.
Ezefua has been good. So these are resources. The resources
there was
you can use.
one man you brought last year. He made a point. I've forgotten his name. Something was there about. He said these children, there are a lot of vacancy in their head.
Right.
Rent is space.
Yes, rent is space.
I develop on that. Right. Because if you don't, I now looked at it. They go out today, there are a lot of space in their head.
Do you think there is space in our politicians and people?
The brain, there's no space anymore.
Because they're not really, they're not doing their work. They are busy attacking you.
Occupy the space.
Let's take this quickly. Omagbola says another salient point is making the child believe in themselves.
Exactly.
They are made for the top. Let them see success in themselves. By that, they grew up with such mentality. Rina says every child is intelligent. What matters is the background. Gina Aurora says my 5-year-old doesn't collect academic prizes or prize giving days, but is the best in class, highest winner in inter-house sports.
Okay. Fantastic. That's, I think we can round up now. But one thing I like us to live with is it's not so much about the ability to ask a question and then to recall. That's really what's most important is creating an environment for them to absorb, and then so that they can become creative. And invent things. That's the highest level of being a genius. And
then another thing is every individual has his or her own talent. Nurture and find out what is your talent.
It doesn't have to be music and singing and dancing. At all. Please, everybody's talent. Once they hear singing, it's talent.
Is a talent.
Sorry?
Music is a talent. Dancing is a talent.
Yes,
anything that child is good at, make it
harness it.
Exactly.
Exactly. Everybody, because everyone's talking at the same time. So, can you just say it one more time?
Music is a talent. Dancing is a talent. Whatever your child is good at, that you think is good, you can harness it.
Fantastic. I think we can end with that. Thank you very much, madam.
You're welcome.
Our fabulous audience, thank you so much. Who won? We hope. Oh yeah, we're giving out 4 tickets. So who are we gonna give? We'll give Halima. Is it Halimat? Olamide, yes. And Waike, who else? I can pick somebody else.
There's that guy there.
There's also Elizabeth.
Wow. So we're gonna give out 2 so that you can bring somebody, because it wouldn't be fair to go for a play by yourself.
With somebody you don't know.
So you go with somebody like a friend, a boyfriend, a girlfriend. You're married, Doga. So you go with your wife, and you. Single.
Go with our friend.
You go with your friend.
Find somebody.
All right. Thank you very much, guys, for coming. We had a fabulous time with you. So, as the show progresses, you never know what you're going to win. Anybody can walk up next week and say, we'll give everybody a house. You never know. So please come on Wednesdays. You never know.
A trip to Dubai.
Come early. Only 30 people can come in, so come early so you can get a seat. Have a fabulous day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.